If you're curious to know how IoT will help going back to work safely in the current times, Clayton Fernandez is today on the IoT show and will tell us all about the scenarios, the patterns he sees with our customers, and will tell us about some of the examples. Grab a cup of tea or coffee and join us for this very interesting conversation today on the IoT show. Hey everyone, thanks for joining the IoT show. Today I have my friend Clayton with me. We're going to talk about how IoT helps our customers, coming back to work. Clayton, thanks for joining the show today.
Hey, thanks for having me, Olivia. It's great to be back on your show again.
Definitely. And so last time you were in the show, we were in the studio, so different times, definitely. Can you remind our audience before we get started on that discussion and deep dive into the topic at hand? What is your role at Microsoft, and what is your interaction with our customers out there?
Yes, certainly. So I'm a worldwide IoT sales lead. I speak to so many customers around the world and helping them with their digital transformation challenges that they have and their journey that they're going through as well. So working across so many different industries, so many different types of customers as well. So it's always very exciting to speak with our customers.
Awesome. So in your recent exchange and work with customers, what are the common patterns in the context that we are in that you're seeing arise? And then we'll talk about, IoT and how Microsoft is helping them.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I guess, as I speak with our customers, all our customers are facing the same challenge. And, this is and the challenge is related to, our current situation with COVID-19. And, our global community is really coming together to make changes for the better. Now, there are many parts of the world which are in that initial response phase where they're working through that immediate challenge at speed. And then we've got other parts of the world, like here in the US, where we're kind of entering in that early part of the recovery phase, where businesses are starting to come back online. We're seeing children going back to school, people going back to work. And then we've got that third phase of rebuilding, where this is really our opportunity to reimagine things that we were doing before. So if it's the workspace, I'm thinking about that in a post-pandemic context with longevity in mind. So it's really energizing to see the innovation that our partners and customers and the investments that they're doing in digital capabilities. And this technology has really helped so many of our customers, because they were really forced to adapt to this current situation and had to do it in an accelerated fashion. So what would have normally taken some months and years to do has had to happen and has happened in a space of weeks.
Interesting. And so as our customers, you mentioned, these patterns of like responding, recovery, rebuilding, but our customers are actually more in recovery mode and they're struggling at figuring out through technology sometimes, but how they can return to work. And they want to do that safely. Can you tell me a bit about what Microsoft can do or is doing to help them getting back to work in a safe environment?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, more generically, in our world of IoT, we transform analog and digital feeds, we reason over that data and we respond immediately. And it's been thrilling to see the variety of IoT solutions and devices that help business generate value. That's current state. In our current pandemic, as customers enter shops and people returning back to work, there are these myriad of signals which we can capture and we can act on. These signals are things we can reason over and make decisions on. So if you ask yourself, well, what happens if we don't capture these signals as people return back to work, returning back to factory lines? And if we have legacy systems or if we have to do human intervention to respond and we fail to capture those signals, what happens? And now more than ever, it's really important to capture those signals and make decisions on them. And we can't afford not to act with what's at stake over here. And the decisions that we make as leaders, as individuals, as communities, as countries, these have both immediate and long-lasting impact. And the vice versa happens as well. And the decisions, if we do not act, also has those long-lasting impacts as well. So, we here at Microsoft, we're really grounded in the principles of privacy, security, trust, responsibility, and inclusiveness.
Yeah, I'm glad you're bringing that topic because I was about to jump in and ask you. So we're talking about gathering data and analyzing the data and taking action. But the data we're talking about, it's starting to become a bit personal, right? It's about the individuals. It's about, did they have temperature? Are they sick? Are they not? And here comes like bunch of questions, especially, we heard about the need for tracking, who have you been in contact or in touch with in the past so that we can actually then contact them, meaning that eventually there's a way to contact them and whatnot. So privacy is something that is top of mind, these days, especially these days when we are implementing these solutions that gather that much personal data. What is our stance? How are we approaching that notion of privacy, and how do we guarantee a level of privacy that Microsoft is committed to?
Well, privacy is absolutely paramount. Data today is enabling everyday objects which are connected through the cloud. And they're delivering different services for individuals and communities, etc. But at the heart of it, it's people's data. And we want to respect that and be really conscious of what we and how we handle that data. And we have some guidelines out there generically, but specific to COVID-19, we also have some guidelines in terms of, hey, these are our 7 principles when it comes to privacy in the context of COVID-19. And so if we switch across to my PC, this is a blog post that Julia Brill, who's a CVP privacy, and Peter Lee, who's a CVP for research, had authored quite recently. And this is a blog which is very specific on our 7 principles of preserving privacy in light of COVID-19. And you can see down here, you can read all the different principles over here, but the upshot of it all, we allow individuals to control what data they are sharing. The data that we're collecting needs to be health-related data, and individuals are the custodians of that data. The data we also collect is limited and it's time-bound too. All their data, they have choice if that data should be stored locally or if that should be stored in the cloud. And security is paramount with all of this, and we protect the user's data as well and minimize how that data is shared. Also abide by the scope of the law, as well as protecting the identity. And also at the end of all this, when this data is no longer useful for the pandemic, removing that data as well when deemed not necessary.
Clayton, let me ask you one thing about these guidelines. These are guidelines at the end of the day, but our underlying services, they do have, a set of restrictions and implementation that enforce the level of privacy that Microsoft is committed to. But these are guidelines that we recommend our customers or using our services to implement, for the sake of the privacy of the final customers, right?
Absolutely. From these services that we provide, Olivier, the services that we provide all conform to privacy. They conform to local laws, local regulations, and we respect our customers and our end users' privacy. So our viewpoint is that our customers' data is their data. We won't open it. We won't inspect that data. We provide the trust to our customers that their data is their data.
Of it. So we are technical people over here, so we'd like to look at some of the the ways our customers are leveraging and using our IoT services to implement such scenarios that we just mentioned that will help our final customers get back to work and in a safer way. So let's talk about some of the use cases, some samples, some examples of these applications leveraging the IoT services.
Yeah, absolutely, Olivia. I mean, there are a range of our partners have built on top of our platform to create these solutions. And I've outlined many of these on my blog, which will put the URL up now. But we can also see them on our doc site along with the architecture. So if I go down over here into the Internet of Things, and the first one I'm going to take a look at is our IoT connected platform. So this is one by who have got a platform designed for real-time information, which is critical to preventing the spread of. And as I scroll through this over here, I can see get some information about the use case, the architecture as well inside there, the different components within Azure IoT that we use as well.
By the way, we're going to have Insight on the IoT show soon to go into their connected platform solution.
Fantastic. Well, great to have Insight on. Another one we've got over here is from L&T, who they've created a service for integrating thermal scanning.
Companies were already thinking or already implementing, smart building solutions. And these thermal cameras and so on are coming on top of these existing evolution of smart buildings, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Olivier. For many of our partners, they've been building out IoT solutions, and that could be within building management or asset tracking, etc. So a lot of the core has already been there, but now being able to extend those solutions to be relevant for the current situation, they were able to very easily do that. Then we also have other partners who've gone and built brand new solutions as well for the pandemic. But these are all built on top of the Azure IoT services, leveraging some of the existing solutions that our partners have, and in some cases building brand new solutions as well.
Of it. So the other one I'm seeing right now is about contactless interfaces with IoT Edge. Let's look at this one.
Yeah, so this one's by Avanade, who've created this contactless UI, and it's really around for business as they adjust to the new normal and moving to a touchless world. So this solution reduces touch points throughout the day, and this is going to be really important as people get back to work. And you can see over here the different styles of input cloud services that are involved in there as well. And with all of these, we've got some different contacts down the bottom of the page too. And there's a couple more that we can share as well. So another one is on Bosch. So this is the Bosch COVID-19 Safe Solution. And this combines existing closed-circuit TV camera infrastructure with the edge. And we know that majority of businesses, they already have closed-circuit TV cameras. And now this is turning that into an intelligent array of cameras where we now add Azure services on top of that, and we can now turn those, what were previously not so intelligent cameras, into cameras that can help organization monitor, comply, and improve health and safety practices. So whether that's through detection of safety scenarios, etc. And again, these are things that our partners have gone and built on top of our services.
And I think it's super important also to remember people that the notion of bringing intelligence at the edge is at the same time for making these systems more intelligent, more prompt to answer rapidly, but also ensures a level of privacy. Data doesn't leave premises. You only have the interesting part of the information, which is anonymized and so on, that eventually goes out. But you can really implement private solutions thanks to edge intelligence.
Yeah, absolutely. The edge is becoming a more and more critical component to our customers' infrastructure, and certainly, you leveraging cameras or sanitizing equipment or tracking devices. The edge is becoming more and more important to make those real-time decisions there and there on the spot.
Oh, I think we have
And
a
then the
we have a
last one,
last one from Cognizant, right? Which actually will
yeah,
also be on the IoT show soon.
fantastic. Well, great to have Cognizant on the IT show as well. So, Cognizant, they've developed a building IoT solution that uses proactive monitoring and real-time alerts. And there are a number of use cases where this can be used, be that in hotels or warehouses, etc. And you can see the full reference architecture over here as well. And again, all the different services that are leveraged within this particular solution. So these are 5 great examples of partners that are built on top of our platform in a ready to go solution that our customers can take and leverage within their work environments.
I like the way you're putting that. It's really about working with our partners to deliver solutions. We are building the platforms, allowing
Yeah.
them to create their solutions. They know their business, they know their area, and so we have this motion of working with partners. And as you just listed, we already have tons of solutions that are totally adapted because of that, or thanks to these partnerships. So for our customers and developers and others who want to learn more, what is your recommendation from here?
Yeah, so our teams are really here to help our customers and partners. And on our Azure.com page, we've got a site where you can see a lot of these solutions, and these are a small sample of solutions that our partners have built. You can see the URL up on your screen now, and we've also got a direct email support address as well. So feel free to email us on that address as well, and we'd love to help connect you with our partners too.
Thanks, Clayton. And that URL is aka.ms/create safer workplaces in one word, right?
Fantastic. That is the one.
Love it. Clayton, thanks for joining me on the show today and for sharing these insights. All of you, hope you enjoyed the chat. Go learn more about what's possible with IoT technology, our partners, and others to go back to work safely. Hope to see you soon on the IoT show. Have a great day. Bye.